My first episode I did in season 2 when I had to stitch myself up. I thought that was the most Mark Sloan thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Not because he was tough, but just because he didn't trust anybody else.
Sure. Do you feel like you're happy with the way your character left the show?
I am. I think they did a good job with that departure.
Yeah. What about Shonda? You mentioned her before, being in Shonda Land. Of course, Shonda Rhimes we're talking about here. What did you learn from her, aside from what you mentioned earlier? What was it like to, just be in her presence and be on one of her shows?
She's great. Shonda's great. I had a great time working with them, and still friends with her to this day. One thing that you do with Shonda is you don't deviate. So that's one of the biggest lessons you learn is to stick to the script.
Yeah, sure. Do you still keep in touch with anyone else from the cast? And if so, who?
Sure, Ellen, Justin.
Yeah. Do you feel like, do you still keep up with the show itself?
I watched 3 episodes of the show while I was on it.
Really?
Well, I was there when it happened, so I didn't need to see it. But yeah, I'm not a big watcher of myself.
So have you watched any episodes of The Last Ship?
I have because they at sometimes will be stupid enough to take my notes when I watch an episode, and I always try to offer. I think there's a better take in there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I do watch this show.
So it's probably a nerve-wracking thing to watch yourself like.
It is, because you start looking at things you shouldn't be looking at that have nothing to do with really anything of importance. So.
Yeah. So I can't have you be up here and not mention McSteamy because because that's your nickname, and when I say it, I can't even take it seriously. But it's how does it feel a few years outside of that world when you hear someone say it to you, and how often does it happen?
I've been called a lot worse, and it never did anything bad for me, that nickname, so I don't mind it. It does get a little bit, it's not what I'm doing now, right. So it does get a little tiring, but it's not something that really upsets me.
Okay. So maybe we'll slip it in later on,
That's
McSteamy.
fine. You can slip it in. I'm not going to be mad at you.
Exactly.